right, so we're just doing the quick introduction. This is I recorded a game review earlier today, so that's that. We are waiting for our opponent. I'm going to be doing a live capture recording. I've checked OBS, and we're going to be recording our Lichess Ladders classical game live. I'm going to do my best to talk through my moves, with what I'm thinking, how what I'm thinking, the moves that I'm making, the loss that I'm having. Hold on. That should look a little better, hopefully. That might be my opponent. Yeah. So that's my opponent. The game is scheduled for in 10 minutes. I don't feel like I'm at a level where going through my opponents. I mean, they only have 8 classical games. They've solved 62 puzzles. If we're going by 60 wins, 2 losses, so they're judging by their stats and stuff, I mean, our puzzle levels are pretty similar. I'm higher rapid. But I'm higher rated. But that doesn't mean anything, is all I'm saying. And yeah, they're having a bunch of looks like they might be a part of the chess dojo, which has a lot of this is like one of the end game algorithms that they want you to practice, which is checkmating with a king and queen. We'll see though. I'm gonna try and not bang on my microphone stand this entire time. I wonder if there's maybe a better place I can put my coffee down so that I don't bang it on there. Not comfortable. It's comfortable right here though. I'll just try. I'm sorry. And then randomly my nose starts itching. So I don't think trying to dig into their opening repertoire and everything is useful. Let's do some puzzles. As you can see from their puzzle rating to my puzzle rating, our ratings are fairly similar. Does that put you in zugzwang? Here. I like coming up. Hey, look at that. So we're going to do puzzles here for a little bit until we get challenged. And then once again, I'm going to try and talk through everything that I'm thinking. Where are we at here? What are we doing? So we can push the pawn and get the knight. But then can we... Pawn takes knight here, 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 here. So we can't catch it. So it looks like we have to maybe here, sack the knight, and try and get, let's see, so here, you can move up, takes, and then we're up, and then it comes here, 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 here. So we can't do that either because we can't make it quite where we need to. Unless the other option is to come here. If they take, we queen. So I'm thinking we come here. Yep. We get a queen. Look at that. Look at that. We can figure it out. We can figure it out. Not fast, not easy, not well, but we can. So if we go by alignments, I'm seeing this fork here looks pretty nasty. They're threatening a check mate. So we actually have to be aware of that. We can block the checkmate here. If they take, I mean, we can still get this fork in. No. No. Here? No? What the heck? Get a hint. Here? Whatever. We still get this fork. Okay, so what did we not see? We didn't see that this defended the knight. Why are we going to lose? Stuff like this. But hey, let's keep it going, huh? It means there's like a checkmate or something. What? What am I not seeing? Oh, I didn't see this. You take and we lose. Need to get rid of that boy. Okay. So what can we see in the position? Right here. You got to go up. Well, then we can take the pawn. Can't take the pawn right now. Here. You can come here, though. But then you take and you're actually protecting the rook. Dang! Oh, god dang it, it's a discovered attack. Oh, man. What is, sometimes you just get a little frustrated. All right. Oh, here we go. Let's see. We got a message. Get on the computer now. Don't worry. Please take your time. Let's take our hands away from the mouse, huh? What checks do we have? So we have c4 check. They can block. c4 check. Can't go there, can't go there. You can go there. We're there. So I think c4 check works. Other check would be here. Then you're this way, and you kind of run out of stuff. But this check, you can come this way, and we're here. And you have to like sack your queen. So I like this one better. Then I like this one. Then we win the queen. And now it is, we have an extra minor piece. Okay. Just be chill. can go here, here. I don't think you can pull off a smothered mate. Double check. Here. So the question becomes, where does it go? Right? All right, and the game starts. Let's hope we play well. If we go by the puzzles, we're not going to play well. But that's okay. 30-30. This isn't the longest game. And the whole actual idea of commentating and recording a video comes from John Bartholomew something. He did the Lone Wolf series, and that was really, really good. Yep. Now, does he go here? Here? Does he go here? The Scotch. Oh, man. The Scotch. Oh, there's a wrong move here, for sure. There's a wrong move here. Actually, I believe it's here, then you come here, and then I go here, and you get yourself a Tower of Power. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so if we go knight f6, are we afraid of the e5 pawn push? Problem with the e5 pawn push is it'd be knight f6. Well, e5. So can we get away with? I've done this before, and it's these. Okay, sorry. Pay attention, Chris. F5. E4, E3. Knight G6. Why am I completely... I'm nervous about here because knight takes G6, or knight takes C6. Pawn takes C6. E5. Queen D7. F4. But they're wasting a lot of tempo. I'm wasting a lot of time. Bishop c5, bishop e3. We just have to be careful. Because we have to protect the bishop somehow. Let's just go knight. I've played the Scotch a few times, and for some reason I'm completely blanking on what to do here. I don't think this is the right move, but I can't remember the correct move. Yeah, I think the move for white here is knight takes c6, pawn takes c6, e5, and it's like, where does the knight go? I have to undevelop the knight. No, because again, I can go queen e7. Oh, we didn't. Okay. So now I can kind of untangle a bit. Queen e7 now. Bishop c5. Here. Takes. No. But I can come to bishop c4. Bishop b4. Takes. Mess up their pawn structure. So let's do this. Because here takes here, and I can come here. Yeah, I can come here attacking that knight. Here, and here. If they don't do anything and say push this dark square bishop, kind of like trying to do the classical, like I know anything, trying to do the Scotch stuff, they technically hang that pawn on e4. Mm-hmm. You could pin, but then I can actually come up now. And then they can't do it anymore. They could pin, and I can come up with my queen. We just want to be careful, because I've gotten the Tower of Power like a bunch of times in the Scotch, and it is just so annoying. Um, so further protecting that pawn. I could castle. I thought this would have been a little bit stronger. Nope, not that one. Here. I can come out, takes, and I can take back, attacking this again. They can check me. Here, takes, castles. I could castle. I don't want this pin, though. I think that would be really annoying, especially with this pawn being able to come up. So next move, they're probably going to want to castle so that they can push this pawn. How can I get out of that? This stops the pawn push. Does it hang anything? No. Here, takes. Does that prompt the pawn push that I don't want? Here, pawn pushes. Queen f7. Castles. I'm going to use up all my time. And it's mostly because of this, well, if I don't want this pin, castle, here. Let's just castle. I don't think this is a bad move. It's a scary move for sure because this pawn push could be a giant pain in the neck, but if they decide to pawn push right now, I'd swing my rook over, and we're fine. There's a cat behind me. Other things I would like, just in general, is to get my light squared bishop out. And if I could somehow get it off of this diagonal, this would be really nice. Takes. Here. Probably here, to be honest. I think we're fine here. Yep. Thought this would be the case. So now what do I do? Here. Nope, can't do that. You'll lose it. Am I threatening anything more than this? I don't think so. It's a pretty aggressive move. It's pretty stressful. Now that push, I could have... didn't I say I was going to throw the rook here? You can't come down, because then I'm just going to take the dark squared bishop. I think this is fine. Oh, God. Stop hitting this stuff. Dude. You can come here and defend it. But then I'm going to come here. Takes. 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 If they push, that would be wild, because I'd come here. Maybe they do something like this. Nah. Then I just take. Who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Knight's protected. So there's a check. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes c3. The problem with queen h4 is I don't see past g3. I don't want to close the center. Bishop c5 stops any kind of castling. And then, so bishop c5, what's their strongest move? Probably queen here. Yeah, but then I just do that, I guess. I don't think this is a great position. Ugh. How do I capitalize on it, coach? Probably a bad move. Probably a bad move. But we're looking at f2 forking. Some f2 forking. Maybe we can win the rook. Maybe they just checkmate me right here. And I'm like, I had no idea what was going on. And they can't castle, so that's a bonus. That's a bonus. Other option, the problem with, I think, bishop takes c3 is pawn takes c3, and it doesn't quite do what I would want it to do, which is take the defender away from um, e3, which would have been nice. But also e3, queen moves, it doesn't do much. It wins a pawn. Wins the g2 pawn. They've got some kind of something, I know it. Now, if they let me fork and take that rook, what are they trying to do? I need to quit thinking about what I can do, because if they let me take that rook, h3 is a lot stronger to come into the king side and just start taking stuff. They can't really move that rook too many places, though. Stupid question. What's the goal here? We can come here still. They'd probably move here. Check. Pawn. Anything? Here. Here. Check. Pawn takes. Queen h3. Attacks. I'm not convinced, coach. I'm not fully convinced. Here, and where can we go? Well, that could happen. That would be unfortunate. This pawn gets taken away. Okay, how do we bring more stuff into the game? Can't castle. Sorry to sit in silence. I'm thinking of f5. Rook e2. Rook e8. But f5. f5 kind of locks this side down. Let's do f5. What's their best response? f5. If they en passant, we're going to hit them with a check. Maybe they block here. Then we're going to hit here. And we're just kind of, they block. No, because if they block, I'm going to go here. Queen takes. Oh, queen can't take. Okay, so here they can't block. They push here. We come here anyway. They go here. We take the light squared bishop, and we have the bishop pair to then come this way, attacking the weak pawn, but it's not really weak. Here. 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 Ah, but this is a passed pawn. What do we do, coach? What do we do? How much time do we have? Here, creating a passed pawn. They could push, but I'll just take the right square bishop, bring this over. Try to open up the center. They can't take this without me taking them. They can't push without me coming over and just stirring up some trouble. No, if they push, I'm going to just take and defend. And then I can come over. They could castle. Castling would win me a rook. I'd be pretty happy about that, actually. Well, okay, a rook, no. It would be an exchange. So this kind of closes down the position. It does... My knight can still be kicked, for sure. But if it gets kicked, I'm going to be forking the light squared bishop and the rook, and they're probably just going to give me trade the light squared bishop for the rook. Yeah. I did give them a pass pawn, though, and that's going to be strong. But the f pawn is, if I take the light squared rook, or light squared bishop, also pretty strong. How much coffee do I have left? This thing, like, it doesn't weigh a whole lot. I'm anticipating h3. Okay. Interesting. Here. Here or here. How do I get there? I wish. Here. 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 My knight doesn't actually have very many places it can go, does it? Do I sack it for the light squared bishy? Let's look at this knight. All right. It can go here or here. Is there any way to stop it from going here? Can I come here? What does this do? What about here? The other place I'd like to do is like a bad bishop bounce to here. But the problem with this bad bishop bounce is always this move. But if I come here, I think they're going to pull this over here. But that wouldn't do nothing, right? Here, maybe? Here, here, here. Or we could come here to E8. The problem is that light squared bishop ain't doing much. Okay, do they have any threats? No. So I could come here. No, I don't want to go here. Because it would be here. And then bad bishop bounce there. So let's, we're trying to bad bishop bounce. You could come here. Nah, it wouldn't do a lot. I would just take it. here, and here. Don't do that. I don't think sacking it would be worth 2 pawns, though, is the issue. I'm taking a lot of time. I feel like my position is precarious. Their king safety is not the best. Everything's more or less protected. If they came here. Oh, yeah. We'd still have to throw down. Maybe they come up. Take the light squared bishop. Go here. And then we could still technically maybe get this, but now it's not so clear. Actually, it's not clear even if I put it here. I have got to find a way to protect it. Maybe here. Oh. Interesting. If I went here, and they took, and I took, and they took, well, that would not be very good, now would it? Could I bad bishop bounce? No. Here, 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 no. Here, here, here. Let's check this first. This knight's not doing too much. Here, here. Check. So it's going to be here, takes. Honestly, undoubles the pawns, so my pawn structure will actually be a little bit better, but I'll have this weak light squared pawn. I'll have dark squared weakness, and we don't really want that. Tell me not to sack. Tell me not to sack. Here, takes, here. Where do you go? Maybe back. Takes, here. Do we unscrew the pawn structure? Well, here's the other problem. The only reason this knight is not trapped here, whoops, nope, is because of that. D5, C, knight B6, bishop B6, knight takes B6, C takes B6. This is a bad idea. I'm going to lose this game because of this. Because I'm going to friggin' sack this. Come on, we can calculate. Come on. Bishop takes e5. Pawn takes e5. Knight takes e5. Queen does what? Queen does what? Queen goes here. Bishop e. Do we have enough of a dynamic advantage? Or we fix the pawn structure. I feel like the more principled move is to fix the pawn structure. The problem is this pawn here needs to get out of the way. I did it. I did it, coach. I sacked a piece. This is going to be the blunder. For sure. Should have went back to B6. I mean, I'm going to get a tempo, but it's not worth it. Yep. Rook E8. Man, I wanted my bounce. could still get it. I mean, I can't actually because they have to move the queen. And so you move the queen. Okay. Move the queen. Rook e8. Maybe you move the king. You don't want to do that. That actually hangs your light squared bishop. Here. 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 Actually, problem is the king's going to be in the center. So you have to move your king now. No, you don't have to move your king now. You have to move your queen now. So queen goes anywhere. Here, rook c8. And then you get one more move. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. If I were to come up with the discovered attack on the queen, I would have been checkmated. That's funny. So do I move my queen? Rook e8. Takes. 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 I could go ahead and take the light squared bishop. Rook e8, queen e6. This could also be a threat, huh? Nah. Be here, 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 and here. I don't think they have the firepower. Here. Is it the same thing? Here. Oh no, because they can take it. Let's do queen e8. Rook e8, I mean. I kept saying rook, didn't I? I want to keep this pawn defended. So it'd be here. I push up, they're going to take with check. Yeah, we're just going to take it. We're going to get rid of this checkmate threat. So the queen has to come down. And if they're, yeah, I was about to say, if they're not careful, that fork would be pretty dang nasty. They're one pawn up. So now we're looking at pawn push, bring the bishop here, here. Pawn push just, it doesn't lose that pawn though, it's protected. Here, here. Ugh. No threat mate check just yet, but this is a threat. They take on, they lose this. This is a threat. You got to go this way. Here. This is threatening this pawn. There's a queen here. You could go that way, but that would be goofy. So queen, queen, here, 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 here. So we get a bit of a tempo. Here, 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 here. That's let's see. Here moves. I wish, right? But no, I think it's gonna be this one. Actually, you can't block because of the ding dang. You lose your queen. So don't block with the queen. Move the queen. Lose the pawn. That's what I thought. Okay, so now we can tempo the queen. And what does that do? Queen tempo. Maybe you come here. Here. Am I pawn hunting? And is that bad? Here. You just take it. No. 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 Let's take the pawn. I can't think of another thing to do right now. Am I gonna get checkmated? Maybe. And I don't actually want to move this now that I'm thinking about it because of this check would not be very fun. Okay, what am I seeing? I'm looking at a pawn. Sure. Looking at a queen. They're going to move the queen for sure. The queen doesn't have, like, a whole lot of squares it can go to. It can go here and here. If it goes there, I'm going to tempo it again with ya boy here, because you ain't doing a lot. Okay. What are we thinking? Maybe here? Here. Takes. I feel sick. Take with the dark squared bishop. Okay. So the problem with this, which is what I initially thought, is you can just come back. I don't really like that. We can come here. Get our rook active. We can come here. Let's go here. Oh my god! Oh my god, that was terrifying. New plan. That was a bad plan. Let's go here. Okay, here. If you push, checkmate. Here, if you take, checkmate. Here, so here, if you take, here, check. Okay, let's push the pawn. It also gives us another check. My God, did we see that, Coach? Did we see that? My God. Oh, we almost just straight up hung the queen again. I'm obviously not seeing some kind of defense. We have 2 minutes. They can't take this, except with the queen. And then we here, I think. Because it's double attacked. Or it's here, here, maybe here? Honestly, I would deflect, you would take, and I would take. And then it's protected, so I would not take. I think this is fine. The knight's a bit of a wild card. So how do we solve this? Again, we can't come here, because you just come here. Can we do it some other way? Where do you go? Here? Sure. And then I come here. Well, no, you lose the pawn. You lose what you wanted. You're double attacked. You lose the pawn. Or is this way better? This way, and I lose the bishop. So let's try this. We hung something. I don't exactly know what, but we hung something. We are very stressed right now, because we have less than a minute, and I do not play well under pressure. They have 14 minutes, and they may well play better under not pressure. I'm so pressured. I am doing German accents. Give me your queen, please. Sacrifice it on the F file. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. If you come here, you could come here. You could go here. That would be interesting. But I would take here. Because then you take back, and then I take. And then I come here. You could move up, but I would start to harass you. Oh, man. After this, we are going to do a analysis. Analysis. If you decided to sacrifice, do a queen trade, that would not work well for you. Because if it be take, I am here. You would have to come up, and you would lose your rook. So where do you go? Probably, again, there's something I didn't see. I know it for sure. There's like a check or something that I don't see. You could take the light squared bishop, lose the queen to the rook. But then I am up a light squared. I am up a queen. But then You can use the clock to your advantage. Oh, yeah, sure, we take that. Yeah, sure. We talked about these. My back rank is not so weak. You have to come here. Is there anything I can... not worth it. Yes, this is also fine. Do not hang anything. I figured you would do that. So if I come here and here, does it matter? Sure, we can sacrifice a pawn. We're now in a pawn endgame. I've gotten a lot of these, and I've bungled a lot of them lately. You saw the last one. All right, let's see. Let's go here. And really, we are trying to shoot our way across. You can come here. I can come here. I can actually probably get the dark squared bishop if you're not careful. Basically, what do you have to do? Here, here, here. Sorry. That is the dark squared bishop. And then I will be getting this pawn. And then I do not think that you can, save it, because then I could sack a rook, and I'll have these two passed pawns. Connected passed pawns. Well, I don't even need to push right now. I could do this. Shabow. Thank God I didn't just mess that up. And I have missed C-sub before. Sorry. Speak, Chris. Speak. I'm trying to protect this. Now I can come down, and you gotta go back, and then I can start coming up and pushing my opponent backwards. This pawn does not worry me. I don't want them to be able to push protected pass pawns so far that I have to sack my rook for it. We've done a good job. I can now start thinking again. If they want to take, and then I will just shoot my, yeah, not worried. And it'll be the same kind of thing for this pawn. If they want to come here, I come here. They can push, but this pawn's not really fast enough, because here, and you got to start going back, and I don't think this pawn's fast enough. So now we're kind of in opposition, but basically the idea is going to be to come down, push them back a bit. I wouldn't have done that. So they have to go here or here, and I'm going to get in front of this pawn, and I don't necessarily care too much about interesting idea. They have to go this way. I can come this way. And they are just super away from their other passed pawn. And they're not going to save that, plus take this. Yeah, no, coach. We could practice. Oh. No, well, okay, so we have time. Make the square smaller. They can't really stop this. Now, let's all keep this in mind. I've been in this position before, and I stalemated him. We are going to, I don't care if we have to spend motherlicking all our time. I think it's here. We have time. But we are not going to promote this pawn until we know there's no stalemate. Can't go here. So now it's happening again. I go here. Let's use the arrows, right? Everywhere they cannot go. Okay. No stalemates. Thank God. I believe. Am I nervous about a stalemate? Yeah. Will this be a stalemate? No. Oh, thank God. Minus 29 plus 11. They're a provisional rating for sure. So I'm going to end the video here. We'll pick it back up after the review, and we can talk about what me and my opponent went through.